And here we go. How are you, everybody? I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Yep, you're watching Open. Coming up on today's show, we'll sit down with an award-winning author who is sharing how she is uplifting her community and celebrating culture through beauty education, highlighted in her latest book series. Then after that, we've got the CEO of Nevalliance, and she stops by to speak about the work that her organization is doing to empower women in business and beyond. And finally, we'll be joined by a professor from the City College of New York, who will shine a light on an innovative music sampling platform that will propel the industry into the future. So all you have to do is sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. We're in it. We're open. Here we go. Hey, I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is a Bronx native and an award-winning author, licensed cosmetologist, and a marketing executive. She joins us to shine a light on how she is uplifting her community by promoting self-love, cultural appreciation, and Black heritage. Please welcome to the show, Zenda Walker. Zenda's in the house. Here we go. Zenda, how are you? I see.
Doing well.
Yeah, you're looking good. You're holding up a couple of books there. They look good too.
Thank you. Thank you for
So,
having me. I'm excited to share more.
yeah, well, let's talk about it. Tell us more about Know Your Heritage LLC.
So I founded Know Your Heritage LLC, which is an education consulting company, in 2020
Uh,
after writing my first book, Zara's Wash Day, which is the first book in the Know Your Heritage series.
so these books are written around that series. I mean, around that whole thing that you're talking about, the heritage.
Right. So know your heritage, the concept of know your heritage, which is HAIRITAGE, is I initially published the first story and I realized that the story has legs. Not only could I focus on the African American experience, but I could create a series that is global because everyone has a hair story. And so that's when I founded the overall company Know Your Heritage, and Zara's Wash Day is the first book in the
Uh,
series, and I followed up with Zion's Crown, which is the second book in the series.
and since it's a series, that means number three is coming also.
Three is written,
Three is
so
written, and we're the
it's
first to
written.
know. All right, ding, ring the bells, ding, 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 ding.
We're just shopping to publishers right now.
Uh huh.
I'm looking forward to publishers really seeing the value in the series.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you're just gonna keep it going, huh?
Absolutely. There's so many different stories to tell from hair origin stories. And so I think that this could be easily a six-book series, if
Yeah.
not more.
Is it something that you had to deal with as a child? The reason why you're putting the pen to the paper today?
Absolutely.
Mm.
I had some experiences in my childhood that with other students, but also growing up being very aware that my aesthetic, my hair aesthetic wasn't always valued or seen as beautiful. And so when my daughter at 4 years old was also experiencing the same thing, I realized that this is intergenerational. And also being a hairstylist, hearing all the stories of all my clients in their childhood, how their experiences with hair um, ultimately impacted their confidence and
Yeah,
who they became as adults.
yeah. So Zenda, you're on a mission.
I'm on a mission. It's a movement. It's
Uh,
a vibe.
uh,
Absolutely.
so, so some of the book series that you're talking about, what can you tell us about these books? Give us a quick synopsis about the book. Number one
So
first.
Know Your Heritage books celebrate hairstyles of the African diaspora as well as the global diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
These books help to build the confidence of our children, because when our children are rooted in their identity and they see their experiences in some of the subjects that they're studying in school, they ultimately not only become more confident,
Mhm.
but they become more critical thinkers. And because of their confidence, they actually do great in school. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of a domino effect of building our children's self-esteem and helping
Hmm.
them to feel seen and heard in their education.
So these books are very impactful on the lives of children in
Absolutely.
school.
Especially because one of the things that I do differently with my children's books is that I incorporate some historical context. I
Hmm.
give you a fun story that is fun to read with the child in your life, but
Yes.
I also include what I call a heritage glossary, which dives deeper into the history
Ah.
and
Give us
empowers adults.
give us one of those stories that you're talking about. What's one of those fun
For
stories?
Zara's Wash Day, which was inspired by a conversation I've been having with my daughter on our hair wash days
Hmm.
about how our hair connects to a bigger story, it's literally the semi autobiographical conversation of a mother and daughter,
Uh,
where the daughter is not excited about getting her hair done in these cultural styles that her mother usually creates. But when her mother takes her on a journey of the why behind these hairstyles, not just the how to, hair wash days are never the same.
yeah. Hair wash days.
Yes.
Explain it. God bless you. Me.
Hair wash day is can be, especially in the Black community,
Uh,
can be a set number of, like, maybe an hour. It could be many hours. It can even sometimes be days of washing, conditioning, caring, and styling the
yeah.
hair, preparing your image for the week.
Yes. Excuse me.
It's really a special time, especially in African American community, because a lot of our hairstyles require time, and
Uh
so
huh.
this is the time that your loved ones get to spend with you, and really help you feel like your best self.
So it's a bonding also.
It can be a bonding. In some cases, it's not always pleasant because textured hair can be not always fun to detangle, but
Uh,
we, the industry has come up with so many products to help in that process. And then I encourage parents to make the experience really pleasant
yeah.
as well.
I know. I used to go through it when I went to the barber. I didn't want to. Like
Yeah.
ah.
Yes, I acknowledge fully those pain points that happen with textured hair, but I think it's
Yeah.
also, there's that the nostalgia of getting your hair done, whether it's in the barbershop or at home in your kitchen salon or the
Uh-huh.
home salon. But then there's those moments that, we can like kind of look at it that help to build character.
Do you do your hair at home, or you always go to a salon?
So I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I always encourage people to go to salons and support local businesses.
Uh huh.
But as a licensed cosmetologist, I do a lot of hair at home, especially with my daughter, and that
Yeah.
is our time to bond.
Um, Zenda, do you make house calls like a doctor?
I do. I have a few VIP clients that I do visit. Yes, I will from time to time. But I also work in partnership with a salon in Harlem. So if you're in New York
Ah,
and you want to come by Simply Beautiful in Harlem on the corner of 139th and Edgecombe.
there you go. And about how long does it take to do an average head? I mean, everybody's different. They want different things, but basically,
Absolutely. I special in a lot of natural hairstyles like braiding and locking. So some appointments can be an hour, but
uh,
mostly it's going to be anywhere from, like, 2 hours to maybe sometimes 6 hours. I have a client sitting in the chair.
yeah. 2 years ago, I grew my hair out. I said, you know what? I want to see what it is again to get some cornrows up there.
Nice.
I used to do it all the time. You braid your
What's
hair,
next
then you
on fun?
pick it out. You got the afro. Yeah.
Yeah. Right
So
there.
you do all of that. Look at that. All right. You have anything coming up that we should know about? Um,
Well,
Anybody getting
absolutely.
together like in the community and you do the hair just as a
Yes.
showcase?
Yeah, we're looking to do something special at the salon where we're introducing really safe, plant-based hair that is added whenever you're doing braids. And so we're
Wow.
really involved in a movement to make sure that we can achieve these cultural styles for women and men and boys and girls,
Mm,
but do it safely and avoid the harm of some of the chemicals that are in synthetic hair. So we're
yeah.
all about organic beauty as well.
Plant-based hair or plant-based chemicals?
Plant-based hair. Exactly. So we're trying to move away from what we've been learning about. A Consumer Reports did a reveal of 10 of the top braiding hair synthetic brands that contain carcinogenic materials, VOCs, or volatile chemicals,
Wow.
as even lead. And so, we're just
Hmm.
trying to make sure that our community feels safe in
Yeah.
achieving their beauty goals.
So you can say, hey, I got a natural.
Exactly, and a very, very organic natural.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely,
what we used to say back in the day. Hey, we got a natural.
absolutely. And I love that we always return to
Yeah.
that staple natural beauty, and it's a
Hmm.
great communication tool to show how confident we are in how our hair naturally behaves when it comes out of our head, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I write these books, because oftentimes the story is that, we're not feeling confident. We don't feel like our hair or our skin or our
Yeah.
aesthetic is the standard of beauty.
Yeah.
And especially with young children, we want to start with them.
What do you tell children that go to school and they come home and they tell you that they had a problem with people calling them names or people talking about their hair?
So this is exactly what happened to me and my daughter while she was going through kindergarten and through third grade. She
Hmm.
was getting teased actually and bullied a lot about her hair. And so initially I used to tell her, well, this is just how our hair is. And this is how mommy grew up styling her hair and her mother. And this is what we do. This is our tradition. But then I realized that I needed to go a little bit deeper. And we started having, especially during the pandemic when we had more time on our hair wash days, we started diving deeper into the history. I did some research. We
Hmm.
talked about where these hairstyles come from, which areas in certain parts of the African continent that these styles were inspired by.
Yeah.
And I noticed that she was so interested and got so became really just proud of the history. And it led to her having deeper and better conversations with her classmates. So conflict was different.
Yeah.
Conflict resolution was better. She actually was way more confident about wearing those cultural styles, the beads and the braids and the twists. And guess what the best part was?
What?
She just did better in school. So that's why said, you know what? I can tell this story and help other families
Yeah.
and publish these stories.
Is it also known that when they did those styles, the braids, they were like maps
Oh,
to
yes.
where you can
So,
run to, where you can escape to?
oh, yeah. And this is why this content is really popular right now in K through 12 classrooms, because not only were our hairstyles communication tools in
Ah,
colonial Africa, but
communication tools.
exactly, like when somebody's hair could tell you where they were geographically, what religion they were, if they were married, all sorts of things. And so when we come to the, transatlantic slave trade,
Yeah.
and we think about how we were not passive in our freedom, we actually were innovative in freeing ourselves, right? And so one of the tools we
Yeah.
used was our hair. We braided maps,
Yeah.
and and which is part of our history, and we don't often see that in some of the standard curriculum. So I'm here to help and support schools in you know really highlighting some of these important
Yeah.
experiences in our history.
Yeah, you just created the awareness that this was a form of communication, also, not just a hairstyle. It went deeper than
Exactly.
that. Just like in music, when Africans first came to the country, weren't able to use their drums because it was a form of communication. But up, 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 up. We're going to get together and do this. Pop, 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 pop. We're going to run here. So since you didn't have drums, you had to be resilient and come up with another form of communication. And we came up with spirituals. And one of the songs that jumps out at you is Wade in the Water. You know the song?
Wade in the water, children.
Keep
Yes, I
going,
know
keep going, keep going.
it. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
And you know what? There was a meaning in that. There was a message in that
Absolutely.
music. Message in our music.
Absolutely.
That meant that if you wanted to run away, get in the water. Go take the waterway because the hound dogs that they used back in the day can't sniff you out. Oh, the hound dogs say, oh, they went this way. But if you get in the
Right.
water and travel the waterway, hound dogs, they stop and say, huh? And they can't
Right.
sniff you out.
Right. And these are some of the details, of our history that I think it helps you to not really be ashamed of enslavement and
Mm-hmm.
the story that is always told about Black people in America, right? We can actually be proud that even through
Yeah.
all of that stress and adversity and kind of attempts to just erase us, we have been able to triumph. And so many of us are wearing these hairstyles that are in that kind of are a nod to that history and don't even know it. So it's my job as founder of Know Your Heritage and as an advocate for teachers and school districts to really help bring this information to our children, but in a fun and engaging way.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you for helping our youngsters too, and thank you for writing these books and putting it out there and creating the awareness about what's going on.
It's my pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Now, 5 years from now, where would you like to see this?
So I am telling the story of a global heritage that connects us, but also shows how we have these unique contributions that we give to the world.
Hmm.
And so I am world building as we go. And so all these characters, I am hoping they will meet up in a television series, animated, or a short film in some
Uh huh.
way to really bring this visual to life for our community. So that is the goal.
Go ahead, girl. Know your heritage, LLC, and you'll
Absolutely.
see. Zenda Walker. Zenda, give us your website and social media. Where can we follow
Thank you.
you?
You can find me at www.knowyourheritage.com. And remember, that's HAIRITAGE. I'm author Zenda Walker on Instagram.
Uh,
I'm know_your_heritage on
uh,
Instagram as well. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn and Facebook.
there you go. Zenda, thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
And come back
Bronx
again.
strong.
Bronx strong.
Bronx strong.
And I know you must be strong. You held those books up throughout the whole segment.
I sure did. I sure did.
Thank you so much. And come back again, all right?
Thank
You're
you.
always welcome. We'll
Here.
take a quick break right here, and we'll come back. I've got more open coming up next. And welcome back. Our next guest is the CEO of Nevalliance. She joins us to speak about the work that she is doing with her platform, Nevalliance, to empower women in business. So, welcome to the show, Dr. Neva Helena Alexander. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, thank you. Where are you coming in from? Are you in New York or
I
Atlanta?
am in New York at the moment on Long Island,
On Long Island, all right. What part?
Amityville at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
exit 50, something like that. 52, 50, 49. Next to
I
Route
guess
10.
it depends
We
on
don't
which
want to
side you're
pinpoint where you live
coming from.
because we were all going to come over there for lunch. You know, I had the whole crew. We were waiting. Tell us where she, where?
That's if I'm there at that time. I move around quite a lot,
You
so
do?
I just happen to be here right now. So
I get
yeah.
it. I get it. Oh, we're going to come and play that piano and then and have a good meal with you.
Okay.
Everything is virtual.
Sure. Yes.
There's no real food there. We'll bring the food. We'll bring the
Okay.
music.
All right. Sure.
Doctor, tell us about your business, Nevalliance, and what inspired you to create this platform.
Right. So Nevalliance has multi levels or multi layers to it. Pretty much, it's a professional development company, but under that umbrella, I'm known to do woman, empowerment, and I do like the International Women's Conference. And actually, in a few weeks, I have the Women's Wealth Summit
Uh-huh.
as well. And I do leadership development and, just creating a platform to uplift individuals, specifically women. Yeah.
So, so the Women's Wealth Summit, that's coming up when?
May 31st. May
Oh,
31st. And it's
okay.
going to be at St. John's University.
All
Yeah,
right, May
including,
31st. And who's
yes.
invited to this?
Everyone, if you want to learn about how to up your level and make it, wealth creation, right? That's what the conversation is about. So yeah. So everyone is, welcome to attend. Yeah.
Uh, and what
But
is,
we have some, great speakers. We have, I mean, I'm not going to go through the names, but pretty much in their field, from estate planning to how to use PR to leverage. With me, I'm going to talk about business leadership because that's my area. How
yeah,
to uplift your wealth, getting more,
yeah.
as far as your wealth is concerned. Also, we're going to have someone from the IRS talking on a panel. We're going to have a pitch competition, and we're going to have I'm trying to think off the top of my head the different
Yeah.
individuals and using tax as farmers wealth creation. So yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because a lot of people, like taxes, they freeze up.
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
Yeah. And
But if you use it as wealth, that means you're finding all about some of the things that you can write off, especially if you own a business. There's a lot. The
exactly.
government helps out in that area because you're able to hire people, so they want to give you the incentives necessary to help you do that. So talk about some of those
Definitely.
things that people, like for instance, writing off. If you own a home, you can write off a segment of your house if you do a business out of
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, so that's not my expertise, so I'm not going to sit here and try to attempt
Yeah.
to. But what I can tell you from my experience,
Yeah.
there's certain, as a business owner, there's certain things, you could write up the car that you use, right? You're driving, percentage of that. Of course, as you mentioned, if you're working from home, part of that, going to networking function or going to dinner, right? You can write things off. So, knowing what you could do, not just relying on a tax person, because we always hope that the tax person have that expertise and they might just be learning as well, right? So
Yeah.
why not, as well? And that's even some of, like the entertainers and stuff. They just say, oh, I have someone paying so they can do it all. And then they find out later that they're caught up into some crap because they did
Oh,
not
yeah.
know, right? what they're supposed to do, and some of the basic information. So having this platform where I can bring the experts in to tell you how you can become wealthy, I'm really looking forward to it. It's actually the first time I'm going
Uh-huh.
to attend a wealth summit, just putting that out there. My other, the International Women's Conference, I've been doing that annually since 2017.
Wow.
But with this, people always talking about, oh, I want to be rich, oh, wealth.
Uh-huh.
And I said, you know what? Let's try it. And bringing in the experts to deliver, let's see what happens.
Yeah, people want money, so they don't have to worry. And some people just want to be comfortable, don't not have to worry about the bills. I got that. I got that, and be maybe free of credit cards and free of not bills necessarily, but not have the expenses that you go overboard with, if I'm
Yeah,
saying it correctly. But what is
yes.
pinch comp? You mentioned pitch comp before.
Oh, a pitch competition.
Yeah. What are they going to
Yeah,
do in
so
that
pretty much
competition?
if you're in business and you want to, come out and do a pitch, and then we have a panel, this
Ah,
the panel that's going to judge. The panel also, there are speakers on the panel, but
yeah.
before that, they're going to judge. And yeah, you can tell them about your business, and there's an award that you can get if you pitch, and if they
Interesting.
like your
Interesting.
pitch. Yeah,
So wait a
yeah.
minute. You're pitching to try to get a contract, or what are they pitching
No,
for?
for this, you just pitch in for a prize. So if you pitch your business and they like what you have to pitch, then you are the winner.
But what are you pitching? You're just talking about your business?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
talking about your bit. So we're hoping that, and that's a good question. So what you're pitching is basically you have this, or you want to start this, and if they believe it's something that's viable,
uh-huh.
then you can become the winner, or they realize, yes, this is a good business that can be taken, move forward. Yes.
Yeah. And why did you decide to start an International Women's Day conference?
Oh man, so that started with I'm an author of a few books,
Ah,
and yeah, so my first book was Female's Guide to Understanding Leadership, and after writing the book, and I'm like, what's next? Where do I take this?
uh-huh.
And with that, I have a global vision, right? So to me, it's not just love the community, and I'm all about
Hmm.
community because it starts there, right? Because globally you have communities, but I wanted a stage, a platform to uplift.
Yeah.
And with writing the book, really came from me working at a university in the Middle East, and students not really, aligning women
Yeah.
in a leadership role. And so I created that, but then I came back to the States and I'm like, what's next? And I was like, you know what? International Women's Conference. Why not? And I just keep going no matter, what storm it might bring. Sometimes I'm like, this is a lot, but still do it.
It is a lot, but then once you get into it, there's like a flow to it that just that pulls you along. And if God is in it too, woo, you can't go
Ooh.
wrong.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He'll take you
Yeah,
to it and take you through it.
definitely. And sometimes I'm like, this is bigger than me. And it happens because I've had
Yeah.
great individuals that I'm able to fly in for the event, to speak
Now,
from,
see, you're able to
investors.
fly them in. Imagine if you didn't think that way, you wouldn't be able to fly them in.
That too. But I'm glad that they're, and they see what I'm trying to do. They see the mission and the vision
Uh-huh.
behind it.
Yes.
So, sometimes, and I'm just going to be like, sometimes when I don't see it, they see it and they come show up and, just so involved in what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And doctor, what do you expect students to learn out of the conference that you put together? What will they take home?
So when you say students, because it's women in general, so I have all different
Yeah.
age that attend. But if we're talking about students,
Well,
students
people coming to
usually.
learn, the people that are coming to learn about what you have to offer.
Right. So if it's the Wealth Summit itself, they are
Yeah.
usually, I expect for them to come to learn how to create wealth,
Yes.
right? To understand wealth, because you need to understand wealth. It's, the other day I decided to just be adventurous and do a pop up at a mall.
Yeah.
And I gave out a flyer, and someone said to me, she was like, "Oh, um, actually, when I tried to give her the flyer, she said, "Oh, I'm not religious." And I'm like, "What?"
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then I'm like, "No, it's a wealth summit." And then she said, "Well, I don't care about that because I have a job."
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So,
But see, what you just said right there, she has a job, but is it a career? Or is
right.
it
Well,
leading toward a career?
and that, some people are just, they're happy where they are mentally, and they think that's it. They have a
Yeah.
job. It doesn't have to be a career. They're okay as long as they can pay the bills. If you're coming into a room such as a wealth summit, you have to rethink that mindset, because the individuals there are looking at what's the next level, right? So step up. So that mindset, for me to be better than where I am today, right? And even with the International Women's Conference, it's coming out depending on the theme of the conference. The last one we had was around health, so health and happiness. So individuals, that was, their mindset. And of course, connections, because connecting with individuals and leveraging your platform. So yeah.
Doctor, you've been doing this for some time now. Have you seen any changes in the opportunities and resources for women?
Well, every time I think we're moving forward, then things happen,
Mm.
um
Ah,
politically, socially, that dims, the light.
yeah,
So I want to say, yeah, statistics shows that, women are in a better position as, the past. However, based on, sometimes what you see out there, it has to be, questioned if that's truly the case.
yeah. Are you being supported by any local elected officials or corporations or just people in the business community?
I would say more people in the business community. We have sometimes the elected officials that will show up and say hello. Yeah, they do that, but hands-on, not necessarily. But more so the business individuals that um, believe in what we're doing, they definitely show up.
Yeah. What are some of the areas that you where you think you need help in?
Oh man.
Funding.
Of course, everyone needs funding, right? So in order, I mean, doing an event, this is a
Uh-huh.
production, right?
Oh
It's not
yeah.
just you come in and it's a whole, and if you want certain key individuals to come in, even if they donate their time, there's still cost,
Yeah.
right? So of course funding is number one, but you can also get the support, the volunteers, right? Because sometimes, and so volunteering doesn't mean I volunteer to just come and hang out. Volunteer really being hands-on and making things, work.
Yeah.
And advice, right? Because even though you're at a certain, level or position, having an advisory board or having individuals that can see things and give feedback where you don't see it really helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you have your board, but the advisory board is very, very important to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if I gave you a camera and you asked for what you wanted? There's maybe a percentage that you may get what you seek.
Yes, so the camera is on. If anyone would love to be a part of our advisory board, anyone would like to volunteer their time, and anyone who just want to be a part of what we're doing as far as sponsorship would be great.
And tell them what you're doing and tell them what they're sponsoring.
So what they're doing is sponsoring an event that's making an impact to uplift women, because once you uplift a woman, you uplift the community, you uplift the children. And man, it's not just, within that little space,
Yeah.
right? Because I can tell you, for me, I believe in education. I believe in engagement and empowerment. So it's not just, oh, another event checklist and some money spent. It really goes back where it needs to go. And
Yeah.
by the way, my company, Nevalliance, is an LLC, but the nonprofit is Nevalliance Foundation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do work under the foundation.
And where can people send funds to if they want to donate or donate their time or money?
So people could reach out to NEV Alliance, Nevalliance. That's, or just contact me. Let's start there. I would like to, because it's great that if someone would just send something, but I'm sure they want to know a little bit more from me, so yeah, let's start there.
Yeah.
NEV Alliance.
There you go. And hit me one more time with this big date, the Women's Health Summit, May 31st.
The Wealth Summit is going to be at St. John's University on May 31st this year. That's a Saturday, and it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And the people that we'll find there will be some of them.
The people that will be there,
Yes.
the people that will be career people, business people, all sort of individuals that's just hungry for information and connection.
And that's going to be on your website,
Definitely.
which is
NEValliance.com.
right on the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much.
It's simple. NEV and the word alliance.com.
There
That's
you
it.
go. Dr. Neva Helena Alexander, CEO, Neva Alliance. I'm going to say Neva Alliance, Nevalliance. Nevalliance.
No worries.
Nevalliance. Thanks for coming on, all right? And you're always welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
All right, good luck with everything. We'll take a quick break. I've got more coming up next on Open.
What's up, creative family? Discover your voice with BronxNet Community Media classes. Are you ready to bring your ideas to life? At BronxNet, we offer television production classes for community members ages 18 and over, empowering you to share your vision with the world. Get certified in field production, in-studio production, and our new exciting addition, podcast production. Once certified, you can create your own show to air on one of our 6 TV channels. It all starts with our free Unleash Your Ideas Masterclass, designed to help you plan your show idea and set you up for success on your production journey. This class is offered at the beginning of each month for your convenience. Our dedicated BronxNet team is here to support, encourage, and uplift you every step of the way. Join us and become a part of the creative force that engages and inspires the Bronx community and beyond. Sign up today and start your media journey with BronxNet. Visit bronxnet.org/education to learn more and register. Let's create something amazing together.
.7% of Bronxites currently experience food insecurity. Meanwhile, instead of these nice, colorful foods, this is the best food that they have access to. If this sounds like you, there are a bunch of resources to get healthy food for free or cheap. If you want to help, you might consider donating or volunteering in one of these places. Community fridges like this one are all over the city, and allow New Yorkers to conveniently donate extra food to people who might need it. Go to this link and find your nearest one. Food banks and pop-up events like these provide millions of healthy meals to families in need. These organizations are distributing meals to Bronxites as we speak, and are always accepting donations and volunteers.
Well, welcome back. Our last guest is a professor of City College of New York and associate of the DJ and producer legend Keith Shockley. She joins us to shine a light on an innovative music sampling platform that may change the music industry forever. Forever, ever? So please welcome to the show the one and only Professor Jaime Schwarz.
Thanks for having me. Forever, ever, ever.
Forever,
yes,
ever? It seems like you've been around this for a while, you know?
Yeah, turns out I filed the world's first NFT patent in 2017. So the vision's been building for a while, but getting to actually be connected to Keith Shockley for this, that's only this year, and it's an amazing journey.
Well, you got the right connect. You got a good microphone there too, so you're in it.
Oh yeah.
How did that connection happen? You guys came together when and how?
I used to be working for New York City ad agencies, and one of the producers, Hallie Hopkins, is actually really tight with Keith and has been working with him for, over a decade. And so when I mentioned that we were building Mark DJ as a way to unleash the beat and, give power back to the producers and the DJs, proper equity, she immediately contacted Keith. We got on a three-way call, and he's now the front man of the company. He's our Ryan Reynolds. He's in it to win it, and we're just going.
Yeah. What's some of the things that you guys have been working on?
So June 6th, we're actually going to launch down in Baker Falls. Keith has a residency that's just starting down there. This is the Knitting Factory's new location in the old Pyramid Space around 1st and 1st Avenue and Lower East Side. Mm-hmm. He's going to do a live set, but he's going to do it in the Mark DJ way, where that set is going to instantly drop onto every attendee's record. So anybody who comes in with a ticket is going to get one of these, and there's nothing on it. But when they leave the party, instant drop. It'll be on it along with the splits and the stems and the samples so that they can remix it too. This is by DJs for DJs, and it's going to create the world's first infinite drop.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still associated with Chuck D. We belong to this organization together, HHA, the Hip Hop Alliance, and also Flavor Flav.
Oh yeah.
I talk to him on the phone every now and then. He always makes you laugh. But this group of individuals, they've got it going on. They're very, very tight, and they're still out there doing things too, right?
Yeah, I had no idea that Chuck D was also an artist at heart. He started there before music. Yeah, and he's working with us on designing some of the looks for the brand.
Yeah,
it's amazing to see what we can do in the space if we just give artists, the space to create and the equity to get rewarded for it.
Yeah,
we're really trying to honor everybody from Keith's, Chuck's, everybody's generation.
Yeah,
so that's where the samples come from now. These are one person's song is the next person's instrument.
So talk about this project that he's working on right now, Keith Shockley. He's sampling music of the future. Talk about it.
I mean, go back 40 years. He's the first person to sample back in 1979. So just playing with music, playing with other people's amazing IP and making his own music with it. He's just been on an evolutionary journey with that ever since then. He's consulted for music companies along the way, and I consider him your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. He's been doing that for so long. He's been looking for an opportunity like this to build out a new kind of virtual radio station for a while. He's working on a new album. And when he does this drop, which is going to be a remix of his own music, what he's doing is saying, everybody here, take my stuff, remix the remix. That's what I want you to do with this. I want to make sure we are all co-creators. And he wants more people to do it. So that's why he's joined this platform. There he is.
A new music sampling platform. So all the DJs and everybody who wants to sample music, this is it. Just go right there and
automatic rights management. Everything that we'll have on the platform is already secured, contracted, and then you can take any music you like, take it apart, resample however you want, and it's instantly commercializable too.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to be a pro DJ.
Yeah. Oh, DJs will go crazy with this.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Oh man, I got to give him a call. Say, hey, look, I got my turntables at home, and I got my all the hookups that I need. Show me how to do it. Show me how it works. What do I need to do? What do I need?
Well, we're going from 2 turntables and a microphone to 2 turntables and your DJ name.
Yeah,
because that's all you'll need. It's keithshockley.dj, and everything after that he owns.
Yeah. I always pictured something like, I like to go out into the dance floor with the crowd. If you had like a little component there and you was able to do something on the floor, let's do this here on the dance floor.
There are influencers out there on social media. You'll find them that are on the street with like a portable turntable, and they'll just, start a beat and see who wants to join. Yeah. And that's the point with this music. It is a co-creation opportunity. Everybody gets to join in.
Yeah. Our producer had a question. He said something about the album drop.
Yeah.
It's a game changer for album drops.
Yeah, so it means, first of all, we're freeing it. What the hell is music ownership these days? We don't have CDs or cassettes or mixtapes anymore. Means we can put them in anything. You can put them in this album. I can put them in your water bottle that's right there. It doesn't matter. It's the chip that then gives you access to what you want to play and what you want to remix. So we take advantage of that. We just give you a simple DJ sign-in name, and then you can access anything you own. You can sell people's stuff on your behalf. This is fan distribution music. So anybody who walks away with one of these albums from the party, they all get to sell a limited number of second editions themselves with affiliate fees.
Yeah, how's it played?
Make sure everybody makes money off of this.
Yeah, how's it played on your turntables?
So you can always export onto your pro turntable, and then you re-import it up. We take care of the rights management, so only people who own their rights can upload their own music and mark their name to it.
Yeah, so you can sample it yourself, or you can grab other people's samples and play it and say, hey, I got a special version of this thing right here. Check this out.
Yeah. Or you can just commission. You can go to keithshockley.dj and say, Keith, can I get a remix? Like Cameo, think of Cameo.
Yeah,
it's up to the artist if they want to do this, but we are making sure that the relationship between the artist, the producer, the DJ, the listeners, the collectors, it's consistent. It keeps flowing.
Yeah. How's it monetized?
So whatever you want to sell, whenever you're grabbing music, the contract's already in there. Whenever you sell, anybody who buys your album, automatically the money's going to you, but it's also, before going to you, split everywhere it needs to go automatically to managers, studios, labels, automatically. And when you buy it and you remix it, same thing. Whatever somebody buys from you, automatically taken care of with the splits.
How do you put this together with the way it was done before, where the record companies help out with that whole thing, and you know how that worked back then, and compared to how it works now?
Well, they're still the IP owners. We're not taking away anybody's ownership. We're actually just creating new lines of revenue for them.
Yeah.
We want to democratize the act of remixing. So there's more and more opportunities to do it. It's not just more money going to the IP owners, the catalog owners. It's more money being made by everybody who makes the music.
Yeah. Great. And what are some of the things that you're doing to create the awareness about this? What are some of the other platforms?
We're associated with New York Tech Week. So for that party, we're starting to bring in New York Tech Week is the first week of June, and we're the Friday night party at Baker Falls. It's all over the city. You can check out NewYorkTechWeek.com. You'll see us listed on there, along with hundreds of other events all in the tech space. We're really focused in the music tech space. DJs are the technologists of the music space. So, we're really focused on making sure, it's not about NFTs, it's not about blockchain. The tech's there.
Yeah.
It's just about your DJ name. Just about getting your stuff out there and giving your fans a way to promote on your behalf.
Yeah. Were you a fan of the Bomb Squad back in the day?
I won't pretend to be saying something. No, I was, but I was definitely not. I didn't memorize any of the lyrics, and I was young. I mean, the year Keith sampled for the first time was my first birthday.
Oh, wow.
So we're like, I came up in the space when he was doing exactly what you're seeing on screen right now. So for me, this is really about art in general. And then, once it came into the DJ space, this is the most co-creative artistic space there is of all the art genres that are out there.
Yeah.
People grabbing other people's stuff, making new stuff with it, having that legitimately seen a remix as its own thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Look at Chuck. Hey, listen, what can you tell us about the live show and live album drop coming out? The big party.
So go to mrkd.dj, Mark DJ. You'll see a New York Tech Week link in the menu to grab your ticket. It's a part of New York Tech Week, so we use the Partiful platform. You find us on New York Tech Week too. But then that's just the first party of many. And this is really a party of DJs, for DJs, by DJs, with one of the OG producers, Keith Shockley, starting it off. The Infinite Drop starts June 6th, 7 p.m.
That's beautiful. Now, who are some of the artists that Keith has been working with, and how can this music sampling impact some of the work that he's doing?
So on his side, he's working with DMC on some new stuff that I'm not allowed to say, but it's really exciting. And he's working on his own way to do AI for an album. And here we're helping out on the tech side too, because we want to make sure if somebody's going to make AI music, that there's actually proper provenance. Yes, I paid for the rights to make this AI. So we're heading down that road with him too. He really is exploring this space in completely different ways than anybody else, which I just love. We're bringing in completely new catalogs for him to play with.
Oh, great.
On the reggae side, on the doo-wop side, all these places. He just loves obscure. So we're going all over the place. We just talked to Save the Music, which is a very small indie Warner label this weekend. We're all over the place because Keith's all over the place. And he's leading the way for everybody else to follow of, hey, don't just sample. I love Dochi's Gotia remix that's out now. But also, that's just one song, and then she redid it. It's amazing.
Wow.
But hey, the one of the most sampled songs of all time comes from Public Enemy, but there's 10 samples in that song.
Yeah. Wow.
It's just have the genealogy going all over the place.
Yeah. Are you teaching some of this where you're at the City College?
Yeah, a little bit. So we do copywriting and a marketing and PR class there. More of it is about just like getting prepped for the world that's getting created right now. AI and blockchain and all these different technologies that, people are just starting to figure out what to do with, let alone, what kind of economy we're getting into. But we've really got to make sure we're heading towards a making money IP economy. Service economy is getting destroyed right now by AI. We need an IP economy. You need to own the stuff that you originally come up with.
You know what? We need to put together a tour to all the colleges and universities because a lot of the youngsters going to school, they're like, what's next? What's going to be there for me when I get out of school? And we need to create the awareness that this new thing is happening. I'm sure some of the professors at some of the other schools know, but being out in the community is the best thing.
We encourage play, like you're not going to learn unless you do it. It's one thing to kind of learn in the textbook, which we do. But we want you in the chat prompt. We want you playing with Mark DJ. Make your own stuff, and it'll suck in the beginning, but so what? That's how you make art.
Jamie, that's how we all started. We brought whatever was happening in our community. We brought it to radio. We brought it to the record companies. And if you notice, a lot of the guys that get up here and that they're not associated with the community anymore, they try to make their records, but they have to reach out to other people to try to stay up there. But while you're in the community, you find out what's happening first before anybody else finds out what's going on.
Like we just got done talking this weekend with Tuffy from Video Music Box, if you remember him. Like, he's still out there doing the same thing. and he's loving what we're doing on the platform. I want the guys that started it to be the guys that lead the way forward.
Yeah, yeah.
All that was missing was the tech to get the rights management done so that everybody can play with everything. We just want that playground that was created back in the late 70s through the 80s and 90s
Yes.
for everybody to play with now.
Well, you keep us up to date with that, all right?
Will do.
We came in the beginning with all of these guys, with Mr. Magic and myself, Dr. Bob Lee. We were the first ones to put rap on radio. I don't know how far you go back.
Oh yeah, no,
we were the guys out
I
there with the
remember
rap
it, but
attack.
it was very, very young for me.
Yeah.
But I'll see you at the party.
We'll see you there. All right.
All right.
Give us some information. You got the websites and the social media and everything?
Oh yeah, marked.dj, mrkd.dj. We're on Insta. We just launched that last week. Marked DJ Remix. You can find me on LinkedIn to ask any questions you like. Jaime Schwarz. But we're out there. And Keith Shockley, of course. Keith Shockley at Instagram.
Man, people are going to want to sign up to take your class.
Anytime, you're all welcome.
Where do we go?
Mark DJ. No matter what you want to find me, you should go there. And I will hopefully see you at the party. There's a lot of learning to do on the dance floor.
There you go. That's right. You got to be.
Actually, I have got the shirt for it.
There you go. Hey, thank you so much, Professor Jaime Schwarz, City College of New York. We appreciate you, man.
Happy to be here.
All right. Yeah, we're going to talk to you. My producer just said something in my ear about getting you involved in the college bus tour that we do. We go from Lincoln University all the way around to the different colleges and universities. But we'd like to come and speak at your school, too.
Wonderful.
Or sit in and listen in on the class.
Anytime.
Yeah. Professor Schwarz, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Come back again, all right?
Will do.
You got it.
Take care.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank you, our guests, for joining us, you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. And keep following us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with us. So very, very important. You can join our hosts, Jonathan Calixto, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentin. They come up on the next episodes of Open. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let the choice control the chooser. And I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I'll catch you another day, another way. I love you all. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. Peace.